Hello everyone, I am Cyrose Malaxi, a fourth year BEd student. Today we will focus on one important part of Unit 3, seminars, workshops, and training, and that is negotiation skills and conflict management. But for now, let's dive into negotiation first. So, what is negotiation? According to Sawyer and Gutzko 1965, negotiation is a process through which two or more parties, whether individuals, groups, or larger social units, interact in developing potential agreements to provide guidance and regulation to their future behavior. In short, negotiation is a communication based activity where parties work towards agreements, understanding, and contracts that shape how they will relate to each other moving forward. As future teachers, this is very important for us, not just professional settings, but also inside the classroom. We constantly negotiate with students, parents, colleagues, and administrators. So here are the key negotiation skills for a good negotiator. First is communication. So good communication is the foundation of negotiation. We must clearly express our goals and boundaries while also listening actively to others. For example, when we set classroom rules, we explained them clearly but also considered students' input. Second is emotional intelligence. Emotions always play a role. Positive emotions can build trust, while anxiety can be turned into motivation. As teachers, reading students' feelings and responding appropriately can make negotiations smoother and more respectful. The third one is planning. Preparation is key. We should know what we want to achieve and where our limits are. Two helpful concepts here are ZOPA, or the Zone of Possible Agreement, and BATNA, or the best alternative to a negotiated agreement. For example, if students cannot agree on group activity, having a backup plan avoids wasting time. The fourth one is value creation. Instead of fighting for the biggest slice of the pie, negotiators should aim to expand the pie. In education, this means creating win-win solutions. For example, designing activities that both meet learning objectives and also consider students' interests. The fifth one is strategy. Strategy is your overall plan for negotiation. It means knowing your goals, understanding your value, considering the other party's perspective, and adjusting along the way. As future teachers, this could mean balancing firmness and flexibility, like when negotiating deadlines with students or discussing classroom concerns with parents. A clear strategy makes the negotiation fair and effective. And the last one is reflection. After every negotiation, take time to reflect. Ask yourself what went well and what could I improve. For teachers, this helps us become better at handling parent meetings, student requests, or even staff discussions in the future. Now, aside from skills, there are also four major action settings for negotiation. The first one is two-party negotiation. This is where you negotiate directly with one other person. The second one is group negotiation. So this is where members of a group negotiate to reach a common decision. The third one is intergroup negotiation. So this is when one group negotiates with another group. And the last one is constituency negotiation. This is where each negotiator represents a broader group or constituency. So in teaching, we experience all of this. For example, a two-party negotiation might be you talking to a parent, and a group negotiation could be a faculty members deciding on school events, and an intergroup negotiation happens when one department talks with another, and constituency negotiation can be seen when student leaders represent their classmates in school decisions. So finally, how do we negotiate professionally? The answer is practice. The more we engage in negotiations, the better we become. Reading books, learning from real-life examples, and even joining simulations can sharpen our skills. To wrap up, negotiation is not just about winning. It's about creating understanding, building relationships, and finding fair solutions. As future teachers, mastering these skills will help us not only manage classroom effectively, but also collaborate better with parents, colleagues, and the wider school community. So that would be all. Thank you for listening and stay tuned for the next part on conflict management.